Hey there and welcome. Today we're going to be talking about the functional trainer alternating shoulder press. We're going to be taking a neutral grip with this exercise. This is an incredible exercise for your shoulders and I highly recommend you guys do it. First thing you're going to want to do is set up your cable height to around your hip height. That way you can get a good stretch at the bottom. And then you also want to put your rotation arms, depending on how wide your shoulders are, it will be between like a 2, 3, or 4. So you got to play around with that. And then what you have to do is choose the appropriate weight. Make sure you can start off light and then slowly start to increase the weight every other week or so. Once you do that, you want to make sure that you're standing right next to the cables on either side. And you also want to make sure that you're standing up nice and tall. You want to make sure that your feet are around shoulder width apart, your core is tight, and your glutes are tight. That's going to keep you locked in, and then you obviously want to press overhead and control it on the way down. But before we continue, here's a word from today's video sponsor.
I'm today's video sponsor, and if you'd like help losing fat or gaining muscle, there are a few ways I can help you down below. Either set up a free consultation with us, purchase through one of our free affiliate links, or purchase one of our instant access affordable training programs. Can't wait to be of service to you. Now let's get back to the rest of the video.
The reason you want to make sure that your feet are around shoulder width apart and that your glutes are tight and that your abs are tight is because what that's going to do is then give you the best position to hold that. So that way you're not excessively arching your back when you're doing an overhead press and then putting an unnecessary amount of stress on your lower back. Another thing is you want to make sure that your elbows are a little bit in front of your body. That way you're not pressing with your elbows directly at your sides. That's a very safe pressing position, and it makes it so that you don't end up having any rotator cuff issues later down the line. Once you do that, another key thing is to focus on making sure that your forearm is pressing at the same angle as the cable. So for example, if you go too low when you're bringing your weight down, it's going to cause your forearms to start pointing forward. That's not what we want. We want the forearms to be pressing directly overhead, and we want to be thinking about bringing our biceps by our ears. That's what you want to be aiming for in that direction. Another key thing that I want you guys to focus on is making sure that you're doing it in a slow and controlled fashion. The last thing you need to do is start increasing the weight excessively and then start to use a bunch of momentum in order to get the weight up. And then we can all agree that our main goal here is to build muscle. It's not just to look strong. And the only way you're going to build muscle over a long period of time, meaning naturally, is if you don't get injured. So avoid getting injured, obviously. Now, easier said than done when you want to push yourself, but the main thing is just that you have to keep tension on the muscle that you're trying to work, not on your whole body, just on the muscles you want to work. But other than that, let's talk about some things that I want you guys to avoid at all costs. Here's some common mistakes. So half reps. We don't want to do half reps at the bottom of the range or half reps at the top. That's just wasting time. Just do full repetitions, get the most out of the exercise, and get out the gym to sleep, eat, and stay hydrated. Another common mistake is pressing forward. That's why I was telling you guys to just basically try to aim to get your biceps by your ears. Another common mistake is leaning over as you're pressing. This will help you lift more weight, but it will obviously take more tension off of the muscle. And using momentum in this fashion by doing push presses is just the same thing. Just focus on pressing the weight and focus only on putting tension on your shoulders. And then lastly, make sure to keep your chin tucked and not place unnecessary stress on your neck.